Hi and good evening, it's Jim from Maverickstar Observatory. Very warm welcome to you. Guys, it's that time of the month and we have taken the data from the Trimax system, and as you can see we have located the magnetic North Pole down to, within a few miles of its current location. For those that are following us and plotting on their own Google Earth maps, the latest coordinates for the magnetic North Pole is 82 degrees by 15 hours 49 minutes 53 seconds north, longitude 117 degrees by 32 hours 5 minutes 83 seconds east. Guys, it is still heading in the direction of Russia, and now we are 8 months away from that 40-degree mark. It has covered another 5.15 miles in the last 30 odd so days, and it is not changing direction and it is not slowing down. It is still on course to surpass that 40-degree mark in 8 months. The only reason any of this has been made possible is because a few people stood up to the mark and supported what we do here at the observatory. Within days we'll be hearing hopefully from Michael in Colombia, and we'll be adding another magnetometer to our global magnetometers out there already. I spoke to Scott in Arizona, Tucson, and he'll be sending us some data shortly. Everything we could possibly do at this observatory we are doing so that you can get the information you need to know about this anomaly. Remember, and don't take it for granted, that 98% of the world's population, 98% of the world's souls on this planet are completely oblivious to what is happening. We're trying our best efforts to, work with what is happening in our world here at the observatory. We don't know everything, I'll admit that we don't. The best thing we can do is, by using the scientific method, is just collect the data from the magnetometers, from those muon detectors, from our Trimax system, and observe what is taking place with our world. And don't get me wrong, we know a lot. We know that a weakened magnetosphere with regards to humans, how it affects them. We know it causes cancer. We know it alters the cardiac arrhythmia of a human's heartbeat, and not just human beings, but biodiversity across all the ranges. We know these things already. We know that it is having a devastating impact on our climate. We're trying to effort right now whether the world's water tables have actually started to shift, because that will be a game changer, as it was for our ancestors before. We knew that the Mayans mined the underground so that they could store the water in them cisterns. We knew that annually the River Nile used to flood, and that was the very thing that kept Egypt plentiful of, crops year in, year out. We know these things are changing again right now, today. We know also that we are heading back into a climate catastrophe with regards to returning back to a glacial period on our planet, and for a lot of people it is almost unbelievable. So very few people are ill prepared for this event, mentally, physically. ill-prepared. If, these impacts that we are witnessing on a daily basis now, floods, droughts, early forest fires, seasons starting, if it hasn't affected you directly, it is just merely because it's luck. Just mere, pure good fortune. It will, and I guarantee you this, it will come back and bite us all hard in the not too distant future. We cannot avoid what we are staring at right now. This is a global catastrophe. I ain't trying to frighten anybody. I just want you to be aware of what we are witnessing and do whatever we can that needs to be done in terms of preparation for what is coming, because it is coming for us all. You need to know that. And some will say, our world governments have prepared for this, Gene. Well, I'm sorry, but you didn't get your lottery ticket to go into one of those deep underground bases that we know that they have built. You're not part of their human continuity plan. We've got each other, and that's it. We're facing three things: a grand solar minimum, which is shrinking our heliosphere that protects our solar system. We're going through a geomagnetic reversal on our planet. The last time was 780,000 years ago. It completed a reversal. We're back right there now with this taking place before our eyes. And on top of that, we're going back into a grand solar minimum. Or should I say, we are returning back to a glacial period. And we don't know for definite where the equilibrium is of either one of these situations that we will face in the not too distant future. And what that means directly for now is that things are going to continue to get much worse. If there is anything else I can do at my end here, then let me know in the comment section. I will put whatever resources I have to this cause. My time, whatever money I can afford to give, I will gladly give it. Because we got no choice. We got absolutely no choice but to face what's coming. The world's agricultural productive land is slowly going offline. The climate globally is deteriorating, and what we took for granted yesterday is not what we're going to be able to be taking granted for too much longer. Cities do not self-sustain themselves. If it's not for the logistics and the energy imported into a city, it will deteriorate within weeks. Most people just don't simply know what's coming. I want to be able to say to you, prepare. Make sure you do something. Do not wait till it happens before you act. Because we've seen so many tears in people's eyes already, because they never thought it would happen to them, and yet it did. Houses washed away, livelihoods washed away in the blink of an eye. Please start thinking about what is happening around you. Open your eyes to it. Don't become a victim. Don't wait to the last minute. And if you can, support what we're doing here. Support our work. So many walk away. You know, we live in that world, don't we now? Where people, it's easier for them just to walk away. But it's difficult for people to address the situation, work together and support each other. Because you know that is the only way. It is 20 times harder doing something on your own than it is when you share things between many people. You know, there's a link there. I say it almost every video, but I know only 1 or 2 people will actually step up to that line, because we live in a world where it's just too much effort for them to fill out a simple form so that they can make a donation to start with. It's time we started all working together. Guys, there's a link down there in the description. You know, we're hoping that you'll help in this fight, and not just sit by the sidelines watching things happen. We are now 8 months away from 40 degrees mark, and we aren't even close to equilibrium. As always, take care of your loved ones. Bye for now.